Now that we know what a while loop is and how it works, let us now discuss about the other variety of the loop, and that is our do while loop. Now this do while loop, it's very similar to our while loop which we have already seen, except for the fact that the checking of the condition is carried out at the end of the loop, as you can see it over here. Unlike the while loop which has condition in the beginning, our do while loop has condition at the end. Pay extra attention to this semicolon. Many programmers generally miss this semicolon and they get an error. And in this loop, the statement inside the loop block, which is this statement, it gets executed at least once, even if the condition is false. Now that we know what a do while loop is and how it works, let us see them in the program. Now this is a very simple program that shows the working of our do while loop, and what this program actually does is that it prints hello community 5 times, but by making use of our do while loop. Now if you look at the code within our main block, in this particular line of code, I have declared a variable by the name I, which is of integer data type, and I have assigned it with the value of 0. In the next line, what happens is that our control of execution directly enters the do while loop, since there is no condition in the beginning, and then it prints the first hello community message. Then in the next line, we have made use of our post increment operator, which changes the value for I from 0 to 1, and then our condition gets checked, which in this case is if 1 is less than 5, since the value of I already changed from 0 to 1 because of this post increment operation. Now since this condition evaluates to true, our flow of execution again goes to the beginning of the do while block, and it again executes this printf statement, which results in our second hello community message. Now this process, it goes on until our value for variable I becomes 5. Now once the value for variable I becomes 5 after the execution of this statement, the condition again gets checked. But since this condition now evaluates to false, the control of execution is now able to come out of the do while loop and execute the statement just after the do while block. Now if in case you forget to change the value for the variable involved in the condition, like let us think that we forgot to add this post increment operation. Now what happens is that we have something known as an infinite loop, and the reason to that is because this statement, the condition, it evaluates to true every time, since there is no statement which change the value for this variable I, and that's the reason why it is said to be an infinite loop. Now that we know how a do while loop works, I want you all to play around with codes and see how the program functions.